Hi guys, welcome back, and today we are going to be talking about the heartbeat of your home. Your prepper pantry is the heartbeat of your home. This is my rotational pantry. This is my prepper's pantry. All the stuff on these shelves right here is the first in, first out method, and it's been brought to my attention on the internet that a lot of people think that there is a lot of food waste involved in prepper pantries. However, if you are prepping the correct way and you are preserving your own food, growing your own food, trying to be as self-sustainable as physically possible, you're not going to want to waste that. So currently right now, I am working on a bunch of food preservation for apricots. Apricots is a family love of ours, and it is just something that we'll always use no matter what. We have trees in our family and on our family properties that I'm constantly going to continue to use up until the day that those trees die. But I don't want to waste the food. And a lot of people don't understand is there is so much food waste in society. Preppers are actually the least wasteful of them all. And I will say it, I'll say it with my chest, and I'll say it out loud for others to understand. Preppers don't want to waste their time, their money, their resources, or food in general. We don't. So right here, I'm going to show you. This is my last jar of apricot jam. This is my last jar. Last season, the season that we had some on our tree was in 2023. I canned up probably 30 jars worth of it. Now, in the time frame, we've had frosts and stuff that have affected that harvest. Now I think I'm almost at 50 jars upstairs right now on preserving it. Do I think that those 50 jars are going to go to waste? No. So we're going to talk about this prepper pantry and some of the items that are the most important. I truly believe. I think that there is 5 important items that every prepper should have on their shelf. Okay? These are, you can use them for long-term food storage and short-term food storage. But these are some of those crucial items. Number 1, sugar. I know somebody's going to be like, why sugar? Because I preserve a lot of food. I grow a lot of food myself, and sugar is something that I am constantly going through, and I don't think I have enough. And that is one of those staples that will save you a lot of money, because when sugar prices go up, they'll stay up for quite a while. And I'm going in through some of my reserves where sugar was extremely cheap and is great for preserving food, canning food. And it's kind of one of those resources on your prepper's pantry that just keeps giving, because there is sugar inside some of my pickles. There is sugar inside my jam. There is simple syrup that has sugar in it in some of my in some of my fruit, not my vegetables. Second one, salt. Salt. I think everyone should be purchasing and preserving and making sure that they have an abundance of salt. Where this comes in when it comes to my prepper's pantry, I use salt in a lot of different recipes, and I also use it when harvesting meat. Salt has a purpose, and it also can be used as electrolytes. If you're talking SHTF, it has so many uses going forward, but just in your rotational pantry, salt is a very, very crucial. All right, another crucial part of your prepper pantry is going to be protein. I think protein is extremely important to have on your shelves because we see it now every single day. Grocery stores, prices go up, prices come down. Lately, they haven't come down in years. If you hear a humming in the background, I'm going to try to edit it out. My freeze dryer is running right now as we speak, but we need to understand protein. Protein is a well-needed source for your body, honestly. Protein is so important. It is important for your brain. It is important for your muscles. It is important for you. So whether you can your own food like I do, or if you don't, I'm not going to judge. You can buy canned protein at the store, and I think it's perfect. I not only have freeze-dried that I've purchased, I have store-bought protein that I've purchased. I have my own personal canned protein that I've purchased. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't purchase it, but I've canned up myself. Okay. I have my own protein. Protein is so important. I think that is a number 3 on your rotational pantry. Let's go back into first in, first out. I think I can't say this enough because I hear all the time, oh, there's so much food waste. There's so much food loss. There's so much. I don't dump jars. I don't. I've been on news outlets. I've dumped maybe 3 jars in the last 15 years. I don't dump jars. I don't. And 3 of those jars, well, 2 out of the 3 came from my grandmother's house, my mom's house. And it was trout from 1980 that just got shoved behind somewhere. And I was like, I know that this was canned at least the year I was born for sure. Those are the kinds of jars that I've thrown out. Now, a lot of people think, oh, when you jar up something, when you're canning, it's only good for 1 year. It's only good for 1 year, maybe 2 max. No, the nutritional value of jarring your own food is about a 5 year. 5 years to keep the full nutritional value. That's what I'm talking about. Full nutritional value, the vitamins, the good stuff, everything your body needs, 5 years. Yeah. Then it starts to degrade after that. Can jarred food last decades? Do I personally want to eat it if it's last decades? And I'm honestly, when I am working on my food pantry and for my family, this is weeks, months, blood, sweat, and tears, canning constantly. I've been canning all night last night, all day yesterday, just working. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy. Why in the world would I want that not to be eaten in my family? That makes no sense. Why would I want to invest months of my time growing my own food, non-stop rotations of canning, then just to have it sit on a shelf and then chuck it? I wouldn't want that. Now, a really awesome part about your prepper pantry is when you do learn to can yourself, and if you choose to, you don't have to. Not everybody has to. I am just a firm believer in the old ways. So I would say number 4 for me is my jars. I make such an investment in buying jars, recycling old jars, using jars. I have jars on this shelf that are from my grandma. They're 30 years old. I have new jars that I bought a couple months ago on this shelf. But jars. And I think that that is something when we're talking about prepping and a rotational pantry of things that have and serve a purpose of importance, I don't think people mention jars. Jars, they're reusable. And yes, lids can be reusable too. Now, if you're poking holes in your lids and stuff, no, those are not reusable. But during the pandemic, we witnessed an aluminum and steel shortage, and there was a big lid shortage everywhere. And there is a way you can open up your jars without putting dents. Now, would I want to continuously reuse lids? No. Do I prefer to? No. I have a massive stockpile of lids, but during the pandemic, I was still preserving all the same amount of food I do every single year. There was no lids to be found. So I did reuse a lot of lids, and it is fine. They were fine. They were not destroyed. They were not destroyed in the process. And a lot of people get spooked with the idea of when they peel off a lid and they see some discoloration on the back of the lid, they think it's mold. It's not mold. It's oxidization of your lids. This happens. All right. So number 4 was jars. I think jars are a crucial part of your rotational pantry, whether you are freeze drying, whether you are just dry canning it, or if you are actually canning. I think jars serve a huge purpose on your rotational pantries. All right, number 5 on your prepper pantry. This one is going to be a little unorthodox, and people are probably going to be like, no, you can choose a different one. These are just 5 recommendations I suggest for your food pantry. Okay. Number 5, I would highly suggest a sweet treat. I know that sounds silly, but let's say SHTF happens, a natural disaster happens, supply chain goes down, economical collapse, all the things that we prep for. A sweet treat on your shelf could bring a lot of joy and positive morale in your survival. And not a lot of people understand that when times get hard, your morale will go down. And as your morale starts to suffer, so will the rest of your family. You're supposed to be strong for them. So having a nice little sweet treat on your shelf, it's not wasted space. It's not something that doesn't serve a value. Yeah, would you eat it all the time? No, absolutely not. But it would be that good, positive, mind boosting, morale boosting that may make a difference from yesterday to today. And when things get hard, it's the small things that count. So while you are prepping your prepper's pantry and while you are working on it and you're deciding what you're going to add in this season right now, we're in the harvest season, don't forget about those like sweet treats. My grandma used to do a cheesecake. It was a nice sweet treat. She also used to do a really yummy bread, and those are considered rebel cans. And it was a good morale boost. And at the time, as a young child, I didn't realize we were in a recession. I didn't realize that we were broke, we were poor. Those little sweet treats, they do help. They do help lift those spirits. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button on this video, like, share, and leave down in the comment section of what are some crucial things that you wish you would see on those prepper pantry lists that you don't really see very often.